Welcome into From the Nosebleeds. This has been a day that we've all been anticipating for years now. And because we have a famous friend.
Millennia, yeah.
And that's a big deal for us
It's
because we're all just like union guys, pizza shop guys. Not this guy. Noah Richardson.
Guys.
Noah Richardson is a phenomenal musician. He's like not quite Bruce Springsteen, but I like his music almost as much.
And if you know Seamus, that is high praise.
It's quite
So,
the compliment.
After further ado,
nice.
welcome, Noah.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm happy to be here, honestly. I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. I'm
So,
happy to have you. And it's not going to be like a Howard Stern type thing with me. You know, like I'm kind of like out of pocket sometimes. I'm not going to do that.
Only
But I will
sometimes.
ask you like some questions because you're very successful already. And your career kind of like just not too recently, but it's not like you've been doing this for 30 years, right? So
Right.
because you're only how old?
23.
23. So
It feels
when
weird
you
to say that.
so
honestly.
so when you turn 30, like by that time you're going to be even more famous. Then I can play the Howard Stern role and be like, who'd you fuck lately and stuff like that. Because
Right, you
it's,
get
it's
there
always
eventually.
fascinating to like talk to musicians about their sex lives. But I won't do that today.
By the way, I'm back in studio, first time in like
Yeah, welcome
4
back.
First
weeks.
time, long time.
First
Welcome
time, long
back, man.
time. I'm back.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say let's open up by like Noah. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are listening to this right now that maybe haven't heard of you or your music. So like I'll give you a minute to just like introduce yourself to people who are gonna be finding out about you for the first time right now.
I hate these questions. I never know like how to like
No, I know it's the
like,
hardest thing to
properly
do.
talk about myself.
Right.
I don't know. Like besides like the basic like I'm
Yeah,
a
right.
Scorpio. I'm like,
Well, there you go, ladies.
Like the
Noah
Tinder
Richardson is
bios.
into zodiac signs.
Like I'm good at like the Tinder bios. Like I'm a Leo. I like long walks on the beach. I like, day drinking, stuff like that.
No, I know Noah is a resident or used to be a resident of Fox Chase.
yes.
I've known Noah for a
Used to
while
be,
now.
yeah.
That's his only negative.
I was Noah's
quality.
first friend in 8th grade. Me and Noah's schools combined into one,
Which
and
one?
I was Noah's first friend
Was it where the
at
Catholic
this
no.
school.
No, actually, yeah, it was you. I think it was you and Meg were
Yep.
two of my first friends.
Me and Noah go back.
So guess what? If when you make the big time, you can never like forget about him.
Absolutely never.
Us,
we
you
go.
can because we came along later.
Yeah.
But Vince, no, you can't.
I was there. I fucking planted my seed.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he saw the potential.
I saw
it.
He saw it earlier.
Vince
on.
I
is a
saw the
star fucker.
potential when our 8th grade teacher continuously called Noah Keith Richards.
See, this is
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that is
Oh
phenomenal.
wait, don't get Seamus horny.
that
Come
that
on.
is phenomenal. But you know what that reminds me of, real quick? Bruce Springsteen's manager. His name is John Landau.
It always
okay?
gets back to Bruce.
His name's John Landau. And in right after his first record, he said, "I see the future of rock and roll," and his name is Bruce Springsteen. And that was way before he made it big. So Vince saw the future of Noah, and the rest is history. That just it all goes back
Yeah,
to
Vince.
Bruce.
He brought me over to his house like one day after school, and he taught me guitar.
Yeah, I'm like basically his mentor.
Bro, I was buying that. But I was buying that all the
He
way.
locked
But
me in the
in all
basement and
seriousness,
said, "Learn how to play."
Noah became famous in our neighborhood for being the kid who lived in the funeral home.
oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
That was my first taste of infamy, fame.
What?
I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, because you would like to think that like the owners of the funeral home are like pretty much like famous within the neighborhood because you
They always
need
are.
you need the funeral home people when you die.
Noah's
Pretty much, yeah.
funeral home. Back in the day, he had people over to drink in his house, part of the funeral home.
Thank God we sold it. So like,
And, yeah.
we're talking about
And it was
Sorry,
very
mom and dad.
it gave me
They're now
It
bankrupt
gave me
because
my
of that
cringiest-
information.
my cringiest Instagram caption ever because we took a picture all together, and I'm
In
pretty
front of one of the
sure.
coffins, or
Yeah,
not?
right in front of all. No, I'm kidding. But I'm pretty sure the
There's a guy
caption.
named Larry.
I'm pretty
just
sure the
laying there.
caption read, "We put the fun in funeral home,"
Oh, that is.
and
that's
I do
I
remember
still
that. I
think
do
back to
remember
that
that.
and how
That's-
funny that was.
that's-
And
But
how
like,
stupid.
but what if the Fox Chase police got a hold of that
Well,
Instagram
Fox Chase
caption?
police are busy doing other things.
Oh, okay.
Riding bikes.
Being
and-
Yeah.
racist.
Oh,
Probably that too.
I got you. So all three of us, Noah and Taylor, I guess, because he went to a Steely Dan concert instead of my birthday party. That's a different story. So all four
love
of us.
Steely
So do
Dan.
I. So I'm just saying he skipped, his friend's birthday party to go to a Steely Dan, Reelin' in the Years concert. How many times do you want to hear that? He's like 80 years old, the guy. Okay, so all four of us are music fans is pretty much what I'm trying to get at. And we all have our different influences. But you're an actual musician. So
Sort of.
So who? By the way, I loved your Tears for Fears cover. That was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Everybody Wants to Rule the
Oh,
World.
it was phenomenal.
I thought that
Thank you.
was
Thank you.
absolutely phenomenal. And no, and I'm dead serious. I thought that was phenomenal. And by the way, those guys that are playing with you,
Phenomenal guys.
they're fucking tremendous.
Absolutely amazing.
They
absolutely
are
amazing.
tremendous.
Can I plug them real quick?
Plug
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
do
ahead.
Slay J Dibs on the guitar, Mr. Dan Lord on the drums, and Jay Jolly on the bass. Yeah, every time I play a show, they're with me. They're
I
phenomenal.
mean, the
They
bassist.
are
What was his name
phenomenal.
again? Jay Dolly.
Jay
He
Jolly.
was
He's the
full of
homie.
he was
He's
full
the
of
homie.
energy
Oh my
at
God.
that Milk
He-
Boy
he's
concert.
He's
was-
absolutely electric.
He was talking to town after that show for sure.
Oh my
He
God, yeah.
completely
Nobody
talked
cared
to
about
town.
you.
All the girls
No,
loved-
no, seriously. Like
All the girls in
talking
the
to
crowd
town.
loved him. He was full of energy. It was really
Yeah.
fun.
So that is like the reason why I bring that up is because I want to know like your influences, like if you have any. Like I know it's a weird question as a musician to get because you want to be unique. Obviously, everybody wants to be unique, but you always have influences, right?
100%. It's like it's hard to like fully describe because I feel like there's like influences like from when I was young and then like when I first like found music and also like influences now because I feel like I'm kind of like taking things from everything, but also in a weird way I'm like taking things from like not even just music but like watching like movies. So like
Really, that's interesting.
movies and like all sorts of other like art to kind of like form like what I like and
I
like, what kind
love
of
that.
vibe I'm like trying to give out to.
I love that.
You can tell it just in some of the songs. Like I feel like recently, moving like a little bit towards like that like an EDM like type feel, like not
A
even
little
like,
house feel,
like a little of that.
Oh, like
the
Drake
soft
now.
like cloud music,
like the new Drake.
Wherever you go, like very
Wherever
much.
you go is like that, and it's not even like on purpose. It's just like it just comes out that way. Like
just
Oh,
happens.
it's a good
yeah.
good sound. And
Wherever you go for me makes me want to literally just get really fucking high.
yeah, like that's exactly what I
Just sit in
mean.
a
Yeah.
dark room with one light on.
Yeah,
So
And
Noah's
just let my brain float into space.
So
That's like
Noah's-
exactly what I want to do.
Noah
for
is
it.
the
Beautiful.
new EDM version of Pink Floyd. then.
I'm literally
So he's-
Diplo.
he's- He's being a better Tame Impala. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just like but like to feed off Seamus's question, like just like list a couple of your favorite artists that maybe like you might pick something out of their music. I think I know a couple of them just from talking to you previously. But
No, you definitely do know. Probably like when I first started getting into music, John Mayer was
Yep.
probably like a huge like influence on me, and I think it was just like I was trying to find people who like had sort of like a similar path. Like he like dropped out of college, and like I was like halfway through college when I figured out like I wanted to do music. So like that's really where like I was like, all right, here's like I guess a kind of like path to follow for like a person, but like also I like their music, so like went with that. But like originally I wanted to start off doing like acoustic, like Jason Mraz, like kind of like Jack Johnson,
Right.
like kind of
Mhm.
songs and stuff like that. But then I started like discovering like indie pop artists like Dominic Fleck, like Brockhampton, like stuff like that.
and that's definitely like the wave right now, that kind of stuff.
For sure. But it's not even like I'm just like trying.
No,
to do that 'cause
right,
it's
right. It's
Popular,
just-
but it's just like
It's,
honestly,
it's great
like
types of it's a great type of music.
that music like spoke to me, like speaks to our generation. It's just like
That's popular for a reason too. It's popular
Yeah.
because it's good stuff. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. So you don't really have like a specific like genre, like go-to genre then, like really.
I would say like I just fall, and it's interesting now, like the terms are so broad, like pop music. Pop music now is like almost like alternative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the genres are so like bended now. So
But
like,
I feel like they've always been like that.
true.
Like
You
Billy
could
Joel's
say that.
song, "It's Still Rock and Roll to Me." It's pretty much saying that like, oh yeah, like people are calling it new wave, people are calling it whatever. Like,
Yeah, you
it-
could say that.
like, and a lot of like those old school like rock and roll guys that I like because I'm a boomer and I like them old school rock and rollers. They all hated the labels. Like they hated this is rock and roll. This is rockabilly or this is like punk rock. But it's at the end of the day, it's still rock and roll.
Did you
So
see
it's
Elvis?
interesting. Did I see
Did
Elvis?
you see Elvis? The
Yeah.
movie?
Oh no, I didn't see
You seen
Elvis.
him-
I thought he was
You
asking me if
saw
I
Elvis?
seen him
I almost
live.
accidentally
I
saw
thought he was
it,
like, I
but-
saw Elvis live in concert.
I was almost about to convince
He's like, yeah,
you
no, I did.
that I saw Elvis Presley.
Listen, Seamus got so high a couple weeks ago. I wouldn't be surprised if he did see Elvis live.
I
That's
did.
why I saw
But,
Elvis.
That
No,
was
like, there's-
that was a
speaking of,
great
like,
moment for me.
Speaking of like genres, there's so many like different like subgenres now that I feel like are kind of like newer. Like bedroom pop is one like that.
Oh
like,
my god.
What
And
the
I
hell
feel
is
like
that?
I feel like
Oh
you
my
fall
God,
a couple
dude.
of your songs fall into that category or like
Definitely.
indie pop.
Is
like that kind of
bedroom
stuff.
pop like shit you like fuck people to?
Well, I guess theoretically you
I'm-
could.
Taylor, again, I'm asking questions.
It's-
It's called bedroom pop. I don't know.
It's hard to like vocalize what it is, but like when you hear it, you know it. And like
I
I'll
got
show
you.
you some of it, but like I definitely feel like some of your music falls in
Yeah.
there. Some of your music falls like in a general alternative aspect, and like,
Mhm.
pretty much you cover a lot of the bases, which I feel like is obviously a great thing. It's better to be
He's a versatile artist.
than right.
That's-
Than
I'm
be
just, like,
boxed in.
I'm influenced by like so much shit, so it's just like almost if I'm like in that.
And by the way, you mentioned John Mayer, not to cut you off,
Yeah.
but you're so much better looking than John Mayer.
That is
Yeah.
that is like
It had to come to that at one
you,
point or
you
another.
are
Praise
better
ever.
looking.
If
than
you know
John Mayer.
anything about From the Nosebleeds, it's that Seamus was gonna sexualize you at some
No,
point.
it's not even that.
And
Go ahead,
just
Taylor.
be happy it got out now.
Taylor's dying to make a comment about that.
Have you been around drunk Seamus?
Yeah, he's been around.
Absolutely,
Can
I have.
Can you answer?
Absolutely, I have. Absolutely, I have.
I drank with him at the Westchester.
Westchester.
The
I
West.
think that might have been like the only time I've seen you drunk.
You came to my house.
Yeah,
a
I've
couple
come to your
times.
house. You were very drunk.
Yeah,
We.
I didn't try to like molest him or anything.
Does he
That
make
he
you,
remembers.
Does he make you feel uncomfortable?
I'm not gonna look at him.
Like over complimenting like this?
By
you
the way,
know?
to the YouTube people, I'm not looking at him, as you can see.
Wrong
I'm
camera.
not influencing. I'm not influencing. I feel like Jim Gardner. Where do I go? I'm not influencing his answer. But we haven't been drunk together enough, really.
You didn't even let him answer it.
Yeah, you talked through.
I
his
feel like
entire thing.
me not answering kind of answers the question.
Yeah.
he's,
To be
he's
honest.
We,
pleading
we
the
can
fifth.
we can
To be
talk
honest.
after the show.
Taylor's just
Off air,
dying
off air.
for
My-
some
my
bombshell to
voyeur-
come
my
out of
Seamus
that.
is like, Seamus is like, cut that.
But like while
Cut
we're
that.
on the
Cut
while
that,
we're on the
cut that.
topic of like inspirations and like the most cliche questions you could ask a musician like to begin an interview, like what are just like some of your like favorite like albums that like maybe you draw inspiration from, like
My favorite.
maybe just like a
albums.
couple, like three albums on the top of your head that like
I'd
you
go
would
4.
classify as your favorite.
Honestly, like albums that people won't expect. I don't know if you guys have definitely heard of Fall Out Boy, but
Yeah.
there's an album they have called Fall I Do, which is one of my
Oh,
favorite.
yes,
It has
yes.
like I Don't Care, What I Catch Donnie, like songs like
Right.
that. It's like
Mhm.
probably one of my favorites that I take inspiration from. Kids, Mac Miller, like the mixtape. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like
Ooh,
that
I
in
fucking
itself,
love
like
that.
That's where he loses.
was
me.
almost like, especially us like growing up in Fox Chase and like
Yeah.
like drinking in the woods and like all that stuff was like literally like the soundtrack.
Seamus will cringe to this, but Mac Miller was like a huge part of our like
Oh
childhood.
my god, dude.
I
It
don't
was
know why you
insane.
think
It
I
was
hate him.
insane. Like listening to
Because
Mac
you say that
Miller
you hate it.
I do.
around like a keg with like all your friends
Abs-
is like the
yes.
coolest thing in the world. Like,
Yeah, absolutely, Mac
So
Miller.
that's two. I can't think of it. I would definitely say like Continuum, John Mayer.
Okay.
That's his third studio album. That was like a really, really big inspiration for me for sure. A fourth, I don't know why I can't think of a fourth.
Well,
I
Bruce
like some
Springsteen
of his songs.
exists. Like, go ahead. Go off, Noah.
Just say Dark's on the edge of town and make him happy.
Just say Born to Run.
Absolutely not. I will not conform to the,
See,
to
that's-
the needs of Seamus.
That's not my need.
See, there's your answer, Taylor. He will
That-
not
absolutely
conform
not
to the
conform
needs of Seamus.
And you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna clip that, and that's gonna be the intro.
No, he's gonna be like, I will conform.
Yeah, yes, do that, please. But yeah, I mean, those are all good influence. Have you ever heard of Jacob Dylan? He's Bob Dylan's son.
Oh my god, yeah, the Wallflowers.
Yes, the
Oh my
Wallflowers.
goodness,
They're
dude,
phenomenal,
I
right?
play like when I do like some like acoustic shows.
You
and stuff
remind
like
me
that,
a little
I'll-
bit of the Jacob. You remind not like that. His music, damn it, the way he sings.
What did he like do something really awful?
No, he's just Bob Dylan's kid. I think that's fine.
I was like, I knew there was some sort
No,
of like,
he
backhanded
talks
compliment.
How
like
is that creepy?
No, you talk like a 50-year-old.
How?
Because you say
What?
the. You look like the Jacob.
That's the band. They're called the Wallflowers. They're not just called
Oh.
Wallflowers,
No,
Vince.
you said the Jacob.
Yeah,
Dylan.
you said like the
Oh.
Jacob Dylan.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, I do that. I go
That's
to
his
the
bit
Wawa,
that he-
I go
that
to
he
the
overplays.
Walmart, you know.
Well, real quick, I know Larry's got some good questions to ask. I want to ask like one more real quick, a two-part
Yeah.
question. So like, was there a point you realized like music was what you wanted to do? Like, did a certain like artist or song like bring that out? Like anything? Like what brought that out of you that made you realize like this is what
What
I
brought
want
that?
to do?
What honestly brought that out of me was like, it wasn't like an artist or like a song or anything. It was more so other people are like kind of like nudging me towards the edge of like, hey, like you kind of like a voice, like you can kind of like do this, whatever.
Yeah,
But like low key, like I was like creative writer, like on the low. Like I would like write poems and like short stories and
Right.
stuff like that. And I love to do that. Like before I was going to school to become a doctor, but really low key I was like taking like screenwriting classes and stuff
Right.
like that because like I was really interested in that stuff. I remember like talking to Eric about this
Right.
stuff, too.
Yeah, he's but like you
Former
said,
friend of the
someone
show.
like you said, someone telling you had a good voice. Because my part two to that question was like, when did you realize you could do this?
It honestly just took like a bit of brave delusion almost, because like I really got pushed over the edge when I was like halfway through my sophomore year, and within like 72 hours I was like gonna get kicked out of school, like kicked out of my major, kicked out of like my scholarship program. Like I was like gonna lose everything. And like I just remember coming home back to my dorm and I was like, fuck this. I started getting drunk and just started writing lyrics, and just like
That's amazing. Now,
I didn't look back.
when all those things were happening, like when the world started ending in a way, like when you're getting kicked out of school or whatever, like did you ever think of like, oh fuck, like maybe I'm fucked? Or did you always know that you were destined to do music? Like did you ever have any like doubts? Like
Yep.
in that moment.
It wasn't like I was like destined to do music. It was almost like, all right, I love like singing and creative writing. Let me combine the two. But it was almost like those things happened, so it kind of gave me an excuse to let that go.
That's
You know what I
fascinating.
mean? It's
And
like
you just said, getting drunk and like just writing songs. Like that reminds me of one of my favorite Noah stories. And maybe we'll get more into this weekend trip we took up the mountains with all the boys later in the show. But we were on a mountain trip and we were all getting drunk, playing beer pong in Noah's mountain house. And at one point he disappeared for like 30 minutes maybe.
Mhm.
And we heard him playing guitar in the room or whatever. So we thought nothing of it. And then he puts out on SoundCloud, I think it was the Pretty Please demo,
Yep.
which you can go find that on his SoundCloud.
first thing I ever posted.
It was the first thing. And he told us that in a random moment of like us playing beer pong, he became inspired, wrote and just like recorded that song on his phone and like put it out. And it's like a great fucking song.
But that, like, you know what's funny? All the great musicians have stories like that.
Mhm.
Like all of them. Like I was watching well, he's canceled now, but I was watching, rightfully so. But I was watching like a Van Morrison documentary or whatever, and he would just like he would say like he'd be like walking down the street, and then just like something came to him, and he would go home and write like entire albums, like just randomly. It just
That's
came to him,
crazy.
like not even trying to like think about anything.
Mhm.
It would just come
Yeah.
to him.
Like I always knew you were talented, like with the singing. Like once I like saw stuff like that, I was like, damn, like it's another level. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like
that's crazy creativity right there to just find a
Appreciate
random
that.
moment of inspiration and write a whole fucking song.
even the way you've gotten into music so far in your young career, that is like when it's all said and done, that is the like it makes sense. Like that's like one of the stories. That's a story that like all the great musicians have. They all have similar stories like that. Like a lot of the old like rock and roll guys, like they went to like movies or watched movies,
Right.
and they would get influence and like name albums after the movies.
It
and like,
still
it's
happens
just
today too,
unbelievable.
though. Like it's still like
Yeah.
today, like those same like kind
Yeah.
of things happen. Like inspiration is such like a strange thing. Like people call it like divine intervention, like anything like that. It's like truly feels like this weird thing because you're just creating something out of like basically nothing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
and what cracks me up, and I know you're one of the only people I follow on TikTok. I rarely go on TikTok, but every time I go on TikTok, I see like all your TikToks. So the one thing that always cracked me up was your story behind Baby Talk. Can you walk us through that a little bit? I don't know if these guys
Oh my
know
goodness.
it, but
So like just how Vince said, and this is kind of is crazy because I've carried on this tradition of like I'll go out drinking and stuff, and then like 45 minutes later, I'll be like, shit, I have to like write a song or something like that. Or I'll be like bored at the bar, I'll be like writing lyrics down or something, just like out of like nothing. And I don't know if that was almost like a guilty thing of like, you know what, I should be working right now. So like I should not be drinking right now. But like it was almost like I kind of got the itch to do it. So I was like, if I continue to go out, like I'm gonna forget this. So, like that song specifically, like I ran home. I was like, 3 sheets to the wind, or however you would say it, and just started like trying to put it together. The original demos sounds awful, but it came out to be something.
It turned
kinda
out to be a
nice.
banger.
yeah, it cracks me up too because I'm just imagining you like on your floor at 3 a.m. scribbling goo goo gaga goo goo gaga. Like that was my first thing, the image that popped
Yeah.
into my head. But no, I mean that's like the great stuff. It's like it'll just come to you like that. And I guess kind of going on that, like your current songs. Obviously, you're coming out with a new album. Is there any
Yes.
song in particular on your new album that you really love, that you really want people to listen to and really take in?
I mean, obviously, besides all of it, Dead to Me was like a dark horse favorite for a really long time, and it became the title track of the album. So I'm really, really excited for people to hear that. But there's actually a song called Perfect on the album, which is kind of like piano based. I'm not gonna like talk too much about it, but it really like kind
Yeah.
of like opens up a lot of things that people don't know about with like I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and kind of like not to bring like a downer on this.
No,
on
open up.
But just like kind of like my way of explaining that through the motions of a relationship
Right.
and stuff like that, because it's like very difficult to deal with. But
And like I think literally like the coolest thing I've ever been able to say is like we're sitting here and we got to listen to the album early,
Yes.
which is awesome. And like that's why we wanted to have you on here so we could talk about it, like promote it a little bit. And it honestly, I mean, I'm not just saying, I know it's gonna be like, oh, you're his friend. Well,
no, yeah.
no, it's a great.
You
it's
can
a
shit on
great-
it in front
Listen,
of me.
it is. I cannot stress to the people enough that when August 26th rolls around, you're gonna want to throw this on because there's just so many good moments, good music on there you're gonna want to hear. If you've
Thank
never
you.
heard of Noah's music before, this is a perfect time to go look him up and just listen to all the singles he's come out with prior. And like, I mean, the album right around the corner. It's perfect time to get
Would
into
have
them.
that been
Thank
like
you, guys.
hilarious if Vince just like shit all over it?
It's like, yeah, I
Just
know I've been gassing up
dissected.
this whole time, but like,
Yeah,
absolutely,
that's
what the
right.
fuck did I just
I've
listen
been
to?
this whole time over text. I've been gassing you up just so you
Yeah.
could come in person. And
To
I
just
could
get,
destroy
just
you.
get
ruined.
torn down by
Bring him
Vince.
to tears.
Nah, but for real, it's
people
it's a
must know.
I'm pretty sure these guys feel the same way as I do. It was great. It was an enjoyable listen. There's like you said, Perfect was a phenomenal song. I'm not going to talk about any song in detail, but like Perfect was a great one. You said Dead to Me, like the title track, amazing. Also, like I just love the cover of the album.
Yeah, no, I mean the cover was hit
The cover
your
is
story
phenomenal.
spot on too.
Yeah, and that was shot like literally in my funeral home,
Yep.
like
Yep.
where I grew up. Like honestly, casket's pretty comfy.
Is it really?
I
That's
believe
good.
it,
Like to
honestly.
be fair, it's
Yeah.
actually pretty
It's
comfy.
very dumb that it is,
But
but,
I'll
you
never.
know.
I
I
mean,
know that was my first thought too. I was like,
Yeah.
this is like functionally wrong.
Yeah,
but,
like, why are
I
you-
guess you want like
You're gonna
I don't
spend
know.
You want the
eternity
dead
there.
person to be comfortable.
But like, dude, like
Sure.
imagine
Right.
like real quick. We go off the rails on this show. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it. But like, dude, imagine like you're a homeless person who had to like sleep in a box for your entire life, like an actual cardboard box on a stone ground. But at least when you die, the casket is comfy, and you can't even feel it.
That's life. Say
Thinking
Oh
about
my
it,
that's
god!
life.
Like, and why do we have to pay so much money for the caskets?
I wonder
Yeah.
if homeless people know that caskets are that comfy, because you would think that more people would get dug up. Then,
I was
you
about
know?
to say
That's
We
true.
probably shouldn't let them know that because they might.
All right,
might
cut
be
that,
more
Taylor.
grave-
Cut that.
there might be an uptick in grave robbing.
No, wait,
after-
you have to come on next week so you can break down like funeral shit because I
Yeah.
have so many.
I will
This,
literally-
I gotta get
come on.
I gotta get him and my cousins on, because
Yeah,
my
the
cousins are
O'Learys,
funeral home in
too.
Delco.
The
Yeah.
O'Leary funeral home.
So my dad used to work for
Oh,
him
is
all
it
the time.
O'Leary Funeral Home?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I totally relate to
guys.
you being like, yeah, I totally relate to you being like, oh yeah, like you're the funeral home kid, because like I would literally meet, I still to this day will
Yeah.
meet random people in Delco. They're like, oh yeah, like O'Leary funeral home. I'm like, yeah, those are my cousins. Yep.
So we've been talking a lot about inspiration so far, and while we're on the topic of like specifically this album, is there, if anything, is there anything that inspires you like about this album? Like,
Honestly, just everything. And like people ask me like what inspires me for songs and stuff like that. And it's really just like everyday life. Like I
Yeah.
have to I used to kind of just like hermit myself and like sit inside and like write songs and like all this stuff, but like I really couldn't like make anything of substance until I was like out and about
That's
in
interesting.
the world. Like
Is it like when you say you were trying to like hermit yourself? Like, did you
Mhm.
almost feel like you were trying to like force it too much instead of not like letting it come natural?
I mean, all right, so like this is a great question because Harry Styles put this in probably the best way I've ever heard it. And it's like with songwriting, you're kind of comparing it to surfing, and really like you're practicing getting up on the board, up on the board, and the board is kind of just like getting like your craft down, like stuff like that. But like really when the wave comes, the inspiration, if you've practiced getting on the board enough, that means you're ready for it. You know,
That,
so
that's
like,
a
Right.
great way of putting it.
that's kind of like how I looked at it.
I have
I gotcha.
based on something you said, like you said, getting out in the world is where you draw your inspiration from, and this is a question that everyone is going to audibly like groan when they hear it. But like, what did like COVID do to your like thought process and like your because like that's
Honestly,
it's
great
a
question.
it's a fair question because like you said, getting out in the world inspires a lot of artists regardless of what we're talking about. And for almost 2 years, we were all locked inside our houses with
Mhm.
very little contact with the outside and other
For
people.
sure.
So like, did that fuck with your creative process at all? Did you find inspiration like based off things you were feeling while we were all locked up, or like what? Just go through what that did to your thought process about song making.
Honestly, as like terrible as the pandemic was and stuff too, like being able to kind of sit inside and then like not have to like go to school, like just have school on Zoom. I would literally have like Zoom class like on mute, like whatever, like be in class, like camera off, whatever, while I'm like writing songs and like all that stuff, and then like sometimes like answer questions and shit. But like I think it kind of allowed me to allocate my time a certain way, but it was definitely harmful in a way. Like once I realized like I was able to like go out in the world and stuff like that, like I feel like my songs kind of have more depth to them
Right.
in a way.
Because
More
you're
life.
experiencing more things.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, no, I
Exactly.
get that 100%. That's a great question, Vince.
Yeah, I just
That's a
figured
good
based
question.
off what he said,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And also, I guess, was there anyone or any like person, I guess just any person in particular that kind of like pushed you to get to where you are? Like, is there anyone, I guess, not only you want to give a shout out to, but like
There's
explain how,
countless.
Yeah, I was
amounts of
gonna
people.
ask a
was
very
say there-
similar
there's,
question.
Like, there's really like countless amounts of people. It'd be unfair to like kind of like single out one person, but I just like to name a food. Like I would literally be like walking in the dorms at Westchester, and like people would be like, "Yo, you should sing. Like you should, you know,
Yeah.
just like things as little as that, which were like so crucial to that. And I kind of think like if I didn't have that kind of that little subtle
Mhm.
push off the edge, it was like I probably wouldn't have done it.
So it
Which
could be
is crazy.
And I-
just the little things.
Yeah,
I can,
Yeah,
and I
crazy.
can
That's
also get a
unbelievable.
feel for like even your dad like being as supportive as he is. Like I always see him commenting
Absolutely.
on your YouTube videos, and
Absolutely.
obviously we spent a little time with him when we went on that mountain trip.
Yeah.
All the boys like
Oh,
I
did he
can
go
tell.
to? No, never mind.
No, he did not. But no, I can tell that that's a very good like support system you got going there too.
For sure. And I was surprised as well, like because I was gonna be a doctor. And then halfway through, I'm like, nah, I think I want to be a musician. And like you can kind of imagine your parents' response,
Just
like
like,
when you're on a
right.
scholarship, and
Well,
they're like, "What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?"
But that's
Right.
another thing. You know what you could still do once you become extremely famous, right? Because becoming a famous musician opens up a lot of avenues. Like you could always
Right.
circle back. I could be your manager, by the way. I know you have one, but you never know.
You can
Or-
work Seamus into
No,
the
I
team
could be
somehow.
your
Yeah.
your advisor. Yeah, but once you make it big,
You-
time.
you would
Like
just tell him
big,
to
big
Seamus,
time.
Seamus is
Introduce
my
you-
advisor. I cannot wait for
Oh,
that.
why not, dude?
You would
Listen.
just tell him to introduce
It's like
you to Bruce.
Entourage season
No,
6.
I'm trying to make it full circle here because of the doctor thing. Listen, you've heard of Grey's Anatomy, right?
I'm well acquainted with Grey's
You've
Anatomy,
heard
yeah.
of Grey's Anatomy, and now you have the looks and the height to be like what the hell's his name? The Patrick Dempsey
McDreamy?
character on the
Mc-
yeah.
I
McSteamy?
don't think
You-
actors
you-
are that tall.
I don't know.
They're not. Most actors are
really-
kind of short.
All right, cool. You could be an actor. That's all I'm saying.
Tom Cruise, 5'9".
Not quite Tom Cruise, but you could be an actor. Like you could play like a doctor on The Young and the Restless, for example.
Oh god.
Like you
I would love
could,
to, I honestly would
like
love to
just
do
like as
stuff
on the
that.
side, so you could still be a doctor. That's all I'm saying. I think it
Or,
would be cool.
or you could just
it could
get
come
an honorary
full circle.
doctorate from somewhere.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stiffs that have honorary doctorates. Like Mitt Romney and the like. But,
Oh my
but
god.
no, I'm just saying you could be. See, acting could also be in your future. You could be a musical actor, is what you could be.
Yeah, like
You could be childish. You know,
yeah,
Childish
Childish
Gambino.
Gambino, like stuff like that is
Literally.
like super inspired me as well. Like people who kind of like cross,
Mhm.
not genres, but like professions and like what
Yeah.
they do. Like creatives in all sorts of.
He's like
different-
one of the most.
I love
successful
that.
You know what I
Yeah,
think of
so-
every night, every single night. Like when I become.
I don't really want to know.
I'm very concerned about.
I
this
know what you
answer.
think about at 1:30 a.m. every night.
Stand by for the bleep button.
When I become a famous comedian, right? Like, because you
Oh,
never know.
God.
It
That's where
could
you-
happen. It could happen. I'm not going to be in the Louis C.K.
I thought you
ilk.
wanted to be a broadcaster.
I
What
want to
the
be
fuck is
both. I
happening?
want to be. I have many dreams. Continue to shit on them, Pat.
All the time, please.
Continue.
I will.
But I'm going to be hosting SNL, and I'm going to be saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Richardson," and that's going to be
That'd be
that,
so dope.
that would
Yeah,
be
so,
awesome,
that
bro.
would-
Wouldn't
yeah.
that be amazing?
That would be.
And Michael
Absolutely
Laurie's still
insane.
going to be alive, or whatever the hell is Jeffrey Lurie, whatever the hell his name is.
Lorne
What?
Michaels.
What the, Lorne
Lorne
Michaels.
Michaels.
He's going to know both
Yeah.
of us. And then Pat and Vince are going to be in the
Did you see
crowd. Jeffrey Lurie is now the creator of Saturday Night Live, breaking. No, but that'd be cool. And by the way, if I don't become a famous comedian and you're on SNL, I'll be there. I'll be there rooting you on. When
Thank you, Shane.
when Mike Schmidt says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Richardson."
What-
That's got to
why-
be like an
Mike
unbelievable.
Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt, why not? He's a famous guy.
Yeah.
Everybody
better than Pete Rose.
yeah, way better than Pete Rose. By the
Who
way,
knows what he would say if you?
he
introduced him.
sounded unbelievable this weekend in the telecast.
Yeah, I mean, kind of speechless on that.
Yeah. Did you ever hear of a cockeye fastball? Because I never did. I never did until that moment. Did you catch that telecast?
I did see Pete. I just saw Pete Rose like,
Yeah.
on it, just saying something. I'm just gonna scroll past.
Yeah, dude. You probably made the
It's-
right
honestly,
decision.
it's for the best.
Yeah, it's for the best. It's for the best.
That was
cut that. Pete
was
Rose
not a-
should have been saying cut that, cut that, cut that.
Pete Rose should have just.
Well,
Never
he doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't give a
apparently.
fuck.
Oh, he doesn't care
He
about
doesn't
anything.
give a fuck at all.
Hey,
He-
listen,
he
babe.
fucks
He
children.
don't
He
care
doesn't-
about anything. He what? Oh
Fucks
yeah, he
children.
does. Yep. Bad guy. Let me tell you, he's a
Terrible
bad
guy. I'm going to
tell you right
now,
bad guy.
Terrible
guy.
human being.
That's actually very good.
Thank you. I
Did you
practiced for
ever
years.
like think about incorporating athletes into your music? Like you know what I mean?
Oh, like how people have like an
Shout out
athlete's
Joel.
name.
yeah,
as like
yeah.
James Harden and we swish swish?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm thinking about like a Damian Lillard feature, honestly.
Oh, that'd be
Dame
s-
Dollar.
A
Dame
Dollar.
Dame
fit.
Dolla's a
Wait,
solid.
Miles
that's like
Bridges?
another. That's another aspect of your music. Like you do every now and then, like incorporate, like I'd say some rap.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, it's pretty damn good.
Of course. you do.
I actually,
Thank
that
you.
was one of the things I liked.
Vince
on one of
loves
the
the
new
rap.
songs.
Did you know that? Vince loves rap.
Yeah, I know Vince
really?
loves rap. So like anytime it's like I would send him
Just
like
saying.
Vince has probably heard like pretty much every song that I probably made, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
I've
like,
got
I would,
access to some throwaways
yes,
too that
yes.
that people beg you for.
But we will not.
We will
talk
not.
about
The song that shall not be
the
named.
song that should not be named. We will not talk about.
Vince is gonna like leak it in like 30 years.
Oh my
After
God.
you guys have a falling out, you'll be like, hey, listen, here's the real Noah
Noah
Richardson.
hasn't
I
texted
could
in
be
the
able
group
to-
chat in 3 years.
I'll be able to sell that song the way people beg him
Noah
for it on
left the
Instagram.
group
No,
chat.
dude, it's I never expected there to be such a like a want for this song, but I think it's just you want what you can't have.
Exactly.
And
That it reminds me of how when you would do covers for about months. For months, I begged Noah to cover "The Man Who Sold the World," and he just wouldn't
What
do
the
it.
hell is that?
"The Man Who Sold the World" by David Bowie, covered by Nirvana.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. That's a bizarre request.
It's a great fucking song.
That's
What
why I
about,
didn't do it. I
What
was
about
like,
like, all right, you're gonna go David Bowie. What about Rebel Rebel? Or what about like not
Well,
the, not
do you
the
think
space
Vince- do you think
not the
Vince
space
knows
famous
controlled a
songs?
major film?
James,
That's a
I'm gonna
terrible
be
song.
honest. I didn't hear that song through David Bowie. I heard it through the Nirvana Unplugged like live
Oh.
cover, and I think it's way better.
By the
than
way, I
David
just
Bowie
watched
version.
the Alice in Chains Unplugged. That was phenomenal. I never thought
But
I would enjoy
Another like that reminds me like no. There's some songs Noah has
that.
done.
The guy
on
looked
Twitter,
totally fucked up.
and like
but-
I bet
He
I
died
still
shortly
want them.
after
I
that.
know he did. I'm just
oh,
saying.
honeymoon phase. Oh my god, I forgot about that
Honey-
song.
Honeymoon Phase on your Twitter
Thanks,
is one of
Noah.
my favorite songs you've ever put a snippet out for, and
Yeah.
it didn't even get a goddamn release.
We
I
tried.
loved
We
it.
really tried. We really tried. It was just like trying to get it
It just didn't
away
work.
from
Yeah.
like Jack Johnson kind of sound. Like what I
Yeah,
trying to do it a certain way, but
I love.
I still love that song.
All right, R.I.P. to the Honeymoon Phase. The
absolutely.
snippet is available on.
So I heard a rumor, Noah, that
on his Twitter. Just to cut me off, Seamus. Thank you.
by the way, all right, well, you got to tell the people his Twitter.
Oh, it's what is it at Noah Richardson with
Literally
what,
every-
2 eyes?
2 eyes. Yeah, that's the only one.
What
that's
about your
available.
Instagram?
Same thing.
Okay.
I do have another. You were on. I forget exactly what it was with. What was that? Like competition that you were a part of with lowercase letters. That
Yeah, it was like a YouTube.
that producer,
it was a
yes.
YouTube producer,
I
yeah, it
can't
was a
think of his name.
competition.
I've seen his stuff before. Can't think of his name, but like tell me about that a little bit.
It was cool. It was really cool, honestly. Like I didn't really expect to like kind of do anything with it, and that kind of just like shows like just like shoot your shot with shit. Like
Yeah.
I had like a demo for lowercase letters that I recorded on Snapchat and just like
That's
sent it to
amazing.
him.
Isn't that not amazing?
So like lowercase letters is obviously the song that introed this. If you guys have never heard it, but it was your first like
First
real
release.
release. Like you had demos on SoundCloud, which by the way are fucking great, and like you should still
Tangerine.
check those out because they're some of my favorite songs you've ever done.
You know, O'Leary and I on the drive into the studio, we would blast that song on
Tangerine,
like repeat.
actually.
No, lowercase
Re-
letters.
it was
Lowercase
lowercase
letters.
letters.
I
Oh
would-
my god.
Tangerine, I just remember strictly because what was it? It was like I had just joined the group chat. This was like 2-3 years ago, and literally like I had no idea who anybody was, and somebody like sent Tangerine. I think it was Sean, just like sent Tangerine in there out of nowhere, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like one of
Vince's
these kids
best
sings?
friend, Sean.
As far as your like Tangerine is like one of my favorite songs you've ever done. Your cover of "Excuse Me, Miss" by Chris Brown,
Yo,
like
I've always
the
forget
very
about
like
that. Very
spacey
wild.
cover,
Mhm.
that is like amazing. And then even like "Hard to Get," that memo and
Shit,
"Girl on the
yeah.
Run." Like I have all of these saved. Like I love
Mhm.
them all. Like the Blue Christmas cover,
Mhm.
like phenomenal songs on that SoundCloud.
A lot of those things are like still like to this day probably some of my favorite things
Right.
like I've ever written.
So what I was gonna ask you is like lowercase letters being your first like real big release.
Yeah.
Obviously, at least like from where we're from, that song got amazing reception. Like we still bump it to this day.
Yes.
It's still a great summer tune. And
And-
like I'm sure you feel a special connection to it being like your first official release. Like just how did the initial feedback you
That
got,
should
like,
be
make
on
you
every Touch Tunes in the
Right.
Northeast,
Like,
by the way.
it really
Probably.
should. And how
It
did
should-
but like
it
how
should
did
be.
the initial warm reception like make you feel? Like did that like inspire you a little bit more? And did it make I'm sure it
Absolutely.
made you feel great.
Absolutely. It was honestly crazy, and I think it was really cool. Like you could be in the car with your friends and they could be like, yo, you're on Spotify. Like I thought that was
Yeah.
like, I
That
was like,
is-
holy shit.
that's
I'm like,
awesome.
I've made it now. This is
Yeah.
cool. But obviously it's a lot deeper than that. But yeah, it was really awesome. Everybody like really seemed to enjoy it.
Well,
So
like
it was cool.
like even like for us, it's pretty cool too because like I said, because he drives, he's like my chauffeur for the show, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm so sorry.
so when he
Yeah.
drives me around and he
Yeah.
puts on the Noah Richardson it's pretty cool to see your name pop up on the little radio thing.
Oh, dude, it feels
yeah.
it feels great.
It's like
to,
that's our friend.
It feels
Yeah.
amazing to put your songs on in front of like people that don't know you.
Oh,
And
it's
it's
awesome.
awesome.
yeah.
You're like, yo,
Unreal.
this is actually my boy. Like I
Yeah,
know this
no,
guy.
like, straight up.
Oh, that's crazy.
I've had that happen so many times because I just have it on like all my playlists, and it's just like I'll be
Exactly.
like playing it.
Oh,
like,
real
I'm just-
shit?
Yeah, no, I'll just
That's
be like
dope.
playing it. My one friend one time was like, "I love this song. Who's this by?" And I was like, "Hold on, I'll send you his Twitter, his Instagram, his TikTok." His
My God, let's go.
Well, by the way,
That's what's up.
Pat and I actually know
And that was down in DC, so that was like spreading you around a little bit.
Oh,
we
that's
we
fucking
actually
awesome.
know
Thank you,
a
man.
guy who came on the show before, also a musician who has a rap song. That's pretty phenomenal. His name's
Yeah.
Tanner Payne. No, he
Oh,
does.
God.
He
OG
does.
Trap Band.
OG Trap Payne.
One of my
I've-
buddies from college.
Did you ever show OG Trap Payne Noah's music?
Yes, actually, I played it
See?
at
And
his house
I'm
multiple
sure
times.
he likes it because he appreciates good music
Yeah, he does.
as a good
mean, there's-
rapper.
Obviously, like you have so many good songs, but since we're talking about lowercase letters, like it's impossible to put that song on and like not get overwhelmed with like good vibes.
Mhm.
It's impossible.
Appreciate that.
And switching that away a little bit, I want to talk about Sunday Scaries a little bit.
By the way,
our
show 'em the
shirt's
shirt, show 'em the
namesake-
shirt,
our
show 'em the
shirt's
merch.
For the
namesake.
YouTube
Got
audience,
behind
I've
Absolutely.
had this for a while now. I love this shirt.
I just acquired this
Got
one.
it at Milk
Yeah.
Boy.
Got it at the Milk Boy concert the first time I met Noah. Actually, the first time
That
I
was
saw
the
Noah
first
live.
Yeah,
time you
that's
met
actually
Noah?
the
Yeah.
first time I saw
I literally
you.
walked down. I was like, "Yo, what's up?" He's like, "Oh shit, Pat, I've never met you."
That's crazy.
Great concert,
Yeah.
great citywide special that night. I mean,
Oh my
you
God,
really
yeah.
can't beat it.
Oh my God.
That's
You know,
crazy.
That concert almost didn't happen.
Why?
How so?
Literally, I'm driving to the venue and I'm like seeing like every single street is like kind of blocked off.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that construction right
whatever.
there. Yeah.
was like there was construction, but there was also like they had to block off the streets because there was almost a gas explosion
Oh,
in the
fuck.
building.
What?
In the building.
In
I
the
showed up.
building?
I showed
Holy
up
fuck!
and I checked my phone, my email, and they're like, "Hey, there's like almost like there's a gas leak in the building. Like we almost can't have the show." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Bro, what?
And-
And I was like,
Dude, that would have
My
been so
favorite,
ass.
my favorite, yeah, it would have been.
that
My
would have like ruined my like whole vibe. Like my mood.
A
would've been
gas
destroyed.
explosion often kills the vibe. It
Yeah,
does.
gas
Kills
leak
everything.
slash
And people.
explosion.
But my favorite
Normally
part
not
about the
good.
show, and like not to like this is not the shit on the other people that performed that night, but like it was very
They're
funny
all
because you
great.
were
They're all
you were
great.
the second act to like the main event, and like it was just I noticed a slight difference in your crowd, and then once you were done, the crowd for the next event. I just want to say, like you brought a lot of people there.
Yeah,
I'll
and-
just that's all I'll say.
Those-
I
those
was
other
excited to
crowds.
see- Everybody was great. Everybody was great. Honestly, it was great to see.
Pat Doyle was annihilated at that show.
I mean, what was
Yeah,
what was the
absolutely was.
citywide? It was like $7
Yeah,
for
it
a
was-
beer and a
No,
shot
I think
of
it was
whiskey.
$6.
He
I
called
mean,
me,
come on now.
and I was at work. He called me like 15 times, just annihilated. I was like, I'm glad you're having a good time there, Pat.
Vince couldn't even like hold on to his Sunday Scary shirt. It was a rough night.
Yeah,
Oh, it was that bad for you?
the shirt might have got a little. We went to McGillen's
There's
after.
a little,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a little tie dyed with
Shit
mud
show.
now, you know.
So
It's
what's
all
your,
right, got a fresh one right behind me.
not to get too off topic, but what's your go-to drink at the McGillen's?
It's a picture of beer.
I
It's
mean,
always a picture.
yeah, it's
of
got to
beer.
be a picture.
McGillen's is such a shit show.
But
You have to just get a picture of beer.
That's true.
Absolutely. But also, like I go with my liquor, rum and coke and all
Yeah,
that.
you're a vodka cran guy,
But it's
right?
no, I've never
Vodka
actually had
crans
a
are
vodka
phenomenal
cran
though. You what?
Bro,
because
they're pretty good.
I don't order them.
Okay.
All right, Noah, what's your go-to drink at the bar?
honestly, it kind of varies. It depends like where I'm at. If I'm at, like a pub, like
Right.
Irish, I have to get a beer.
Yeah,
I have to get a
yeah.
beer.
But what's your go-to beer? Because we're big beer guys.
Huge. beer
no,
guys.
actually, like you guys
Shout out
like
Havertown Beer
IPA,
Guys.
like all that kind
I
of
love
stuff.
IPA.
He
Well,
is.
no, not
I'm
me.
not into it yet, honestly. I don't know if I'm like just
IPAs.
it
not
took-
out of my like college drinking phase.
Yeah,
Where it's just like my favorite drink is
Bud
an
Light.
open one.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. But I think it depends if I'm going to have fun.
Yeah.
I have to do liquor. Like I have
Really?
to do like
Okay.
yeah, like a vodka soda.
I
or something
agree.
Like
There
that.
you go.
Tequila. I'm the tequila shot guy. Like I will.
Oh,
I will.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Noah, yes.
I'll rally my friends. I'll be like, I'll just show up with a tequila shot, and I'll be like, fuck you.
our-
I'm sorry. Like
This is a funny story because our mutual friend, shout out to Sean Ovak, he's
Another
in a-
Westchester guy.
another Westchester guy. He's in a.
was.
Speaking of
I
tequila
played
shots,
beer pong with him a couple times a week.
speaking of
Straight, man.
tequila shots, he's in our fantasy football
Yes.
like league. And
Yes.
last year I came in last in this league, and our punishment was like kind of undetermined, but I think it was supposed to be like drink a Four Loko,
Yes.
but that kind of fell
Oh,
through.
I mean, dude,
Go
you're,
on. That
you're
kind-
well versed in
But
that.
no, that punishment fell through because we had two other losers who didn't do their punishment the 2 years. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the first one to actually do it. So one night at the bar, Ovak shows up and he's like, I'm making you do something as a punishment right now. And I was like, fuck it. So he lines up, I forget if it was 3 or 4 tequila shots in a row, and I had to rip all three. I forget. I want to say 3. I had to rip all 3 in a row, like no chaser in between, like right.
Oh,
in a
I would
row.
have. I would have
That's brutal.
died.
And
in disgrace.
it was a memorable night because it was the first night that my my new girlfriend had to carry me into the house while I was throwing
Initiation
up on my,
right
That's
there.
always a
Yeah.
big
Trial
step.
by
Yeah.
fire.
I was
Yeah, trial by
throwing
fire.
up on my front lawn, and I'd be drugged into the house, and I fell
How
asleep.
often does this happen?
God bless.
Um,
I mean,
Taylor,
I-
More
Taylor,
than I'd like to admit. Shout
Taylor,
out to
can
Sarah.
you picture
This
Vince?
sounds like a problem.
Taylor, can you picture Vince like just throwing up all over
Well,
the goddamn place?
In my defense, did you hear the story? I was made to do 3
This isn't
tequila
the
shots
first
in a
he
row.
was
time.
forced.
This
to
isn't
be,
the
to be
first
honest, I could do that with whiskey very easily.
Pat, you're also you're a big boy. I'm a little boy.
No, I'm just saying I couldn't
He's
do
a
it with tequila.
big guy.
Tequila just
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah, it
It
was
hurts.
rough. You're
Yeah.
saying tequila
Not a
shots
fan.
made me think of that, and it just made me think of
Rumplemans too.
Oh,
Rumplemans.
no,
Like,
the
tequila,
Rumplemans.
I could do, like-
makes me feel great.
Bro, I could do
It's-
like 20 shots of
Noah,
Listerine, baby. It's
Noah, the
sounds like-
Rumplemans killed me on Saturday.
Yeah, he
Tell-
died.
I was
Taylor,
at a-
Shout
Taylor.
out to Harley. She's like the Rumpleman's
Oh my
queen
God!
today.
Does that never drinking with them ever again? I mean, there's too many
Oh, I can't wait
Rumpleman
for my birthday,
shots. Too many, and it was not good. I fell down. I cracked my leg. I busted it wide open. It was not fun, and it still hurts.
You cracked your leg.
I cracked my leg open. You know how like people like fall and they crack their head open? I cracked my leg open. Look
yeah,
at
but
that.
usually that means you actually
Oh,
like.
I actually did not see.
Yeah,
this,
it's pretty bad, dude.
this wound here.
It's pretty bad. I think
Well,
it's going to
I'm
give me
really
good luck
sorry.
with the ladies at the bar this weekend. Then
but
you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just
maybe.
show
you have
them,
to make sure you
Scars.
only
show them
wear-
my scars.
Yeah.
chicks dig.
While we're on the topic of liquor, though, I mean, I think the best tasting.
Vince's favorite.
I think the best tasting liquor
Vince,
was.
you want to talk about something?
Yeah, I want to. It's
It's
This is
foaming
where
at
he
the
gets
mouth.
his. This is
Are we
where he
going to the
gets
bar
his-
no,
after this?
I was gonna.
I wish.
I was
I
gonna
mean-
transition.
Oh fuck it.
I was gonna transition into a funny story because I was gonna say the best tasting liquor is ice cold Jaeger in the Pleasure Dome
Ooh.
up in Jim.
What the
Thorpe.
hell? What the hell was the bouncer's name? Moose or
Moose.
something? The Moose.
I don't know anything. About
Shout
that
out to
place.
the Moose.
I mean, that was
Smart man.
That was a
Smart
fantastic.
man.
Yeah, let's just say Noah was not there, but we had a great time at the Pleasure Dome for those of us who were.
That's just such a
Great
bizarre name. But it's perfect. But it's bizarre.
I feel like that
mean,
name attracts.
I
people.
remember when we first talked about the Pleasure Dome on the show.
You-
Taylor was very.
You have no
freaked
idea
out.
how many people, like I obviously being a union carpenter, I meet a lot of guys, and you have no idea how many guys on the what?
It is a kind of sexist like job to have to be in the union.
It's just a lot of men.
I know, and
But,
they refuse to hire
Like
women.
they'll have conversations about strip clubs or whatever. And I remember one time 2 of these guys were talking about strip clubs, and I was like, honestly, I've only ever been to one strip club. I was at the Pleasure Dome up in the Poconos. They were like, "You've been to the Pleasure Dome?" Like they were like shocked. And I
That's
was like,
the
I was
elite.
like, I was
of
like,
the
yeah,
elite.
I've been there, and they were like, dude, that place is fucking crazy. Like so many more people know about that place than I would have ever anticipated.
I've heard people like fall off the mountains up there at the
Good
Pleasure
friend
Dome.
Eric Creighton almost did.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
our-
Thank God he didn't.
Eric
Steel Reserve is a
Yeah, Steel
is
Reserve.
a smooth devil.
Steel Reserve is undefeated against
Steel
Eric.
Reserve is
Taylor is
smooth devil.
cringing.
It's the worst thing you put in your body.
Taylor, what do you like to drink?
Not Steel Reserve.
What's your go-to?
Tequila Club with lime.
Ooh,
You're a beautiful man.
Yeah,
Bizarre.
thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
That is a fantastic.
It's funny.
take.
It's funny hearing him call you beautiful because if Seamus was calling you beautiful, you'd probably be running out the door right now.
Yeah.
Well, I know what Seamus is capable of.
That's, we know Seamus's intentions.
Yeah,
I'll just write a song about
That
you, Seamus.
yeah, that's the worst thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
that-
a nice song.
I
Yeah.
love tequila shots, and what you just said is a good drink. But sometimes I find myself not loving tequila-based like mixed drinks because I feel like tequila's way too over. Like I don't like margaritas really because I feel like
All right, you're crazy. For
tequila's
that one. Nah.
way too overpowering.
I
By
don't
the
give
way,
a fuck.
Noah,
There is a
I have a request real quick though.
Go ahead.
I need your next cover to be nibbling on sponge cakes, watching the sun
Margaritaville?
bakes. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, what is that?
Yeah, you got to do the Margaritaville.
I'm
cover.
sorry, Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, rest in
There's,
peace.
like,
he was a
some-
great
Don't forget
man.
about Alan Jackson.
He's
too.
still
Yeah, Alan
alive
Jackson
though.
as well.
Dude, there's like some new while we're talking about tequila and shit. There's like some new
Vince, you really just want to keep talking
Well,
about this.
This
I'm
is
trying to think
Vince's
of-
horny
I'm trying
hour,
to
by the way.
keep-
15
Vince
minutes
is
liquor
like the
conversation.
horny hour
It's like,
is
yeah, so
alcohol talk.
Vince, if we could go back to the liquor.
I
am the liquor.
I discovered I discovered this weekend there's like some like locally brewed like it's like one of those iced tea drinks. I think it's called Fishtown iced tea, and it's like fucking.
That sounds like
dude.
it
It's
would
like
be bad for you.
no,
It's Arctic Splash.
it's like tequila. It's a fuck ton of different liquors. I wish I could look it up and find it. It is so like bad.
We went from. By the way, people were afraid I was going to ruin. People were afraid I was going to ruin the Noah show,
Oh, here we go. I found it.
and Vince has ruined it.
It has
This is
it
an
has-
Alcoholics Anonymous show.
it has vodka, rum, tequila, triple sec, and triple sec in it. That is fucking. It
sounds like a
tastes,
Long Island.
Sounds pretty.
It isn't
standard.
good. It is not good. at all.
Really?
I bartended.
No.
I bartended for about a month once.
Oh, really?
Really?
I did.
Where?
Opa Taverna in Westchester.
Ooh, that's
Greek
that's
place.
solid. Oh, it's a Greek place.
love Greek
How
food.
about that? You like the gyro? I could have got you a gyro tonight.
It's a gyro.
I make gyros.
Gyro.
With the homemade tzatziki sauce. Tell you, man, I could have made you a gyro, whatever.
It's like
I could have done it.
every other like gyro that I've had's been ruined.
Did you ever go to Yito? It's in Center City.
Absolutely not.
It's phenomenal.
It's right around the corner
Is it actually?
from here.
There's a
Oh yeah, there is
Yito
one.
around
There's
here.
one literally right around the
Oh,
corner,
really?
yeah.
Because I know of the OG one in Center City. Are they like connected? Are they related?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
The one in Center City, they put way too many fries on the Yito. But there's like
they
a
put fries
shit.
in there.
Yeah, it's like a shit ton of fries like inside of the pita.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'm
Pita.
a big pita. I'm a big Yito guy.
I love
Yeah.
gyro so much.
Taylor, can you DoorDash some Yito real quick?
They're probably close.
Oh, okay, thanks, Taylor.
This time I'm gonna let someone else transition because I'll just go right back to the alcohol. So
I am the
the
liquor.
Phillies look good.
Hey, they
let's
actually
talk about
12
someone
straight.
else's. Let's
12
yeah,
straight.
Let's jump from my vice to your
I
vice.
think we should talk about the Phillies real quick. And I wish John Barchard and Vince Quinn were here, but they're cowards, so they're not. Because they know, and by the way, the last time we were here, John Barchard and Vince Quinn were here. And they do a great job with the Bell and the Birdman show. They're former Philadelphia sports
I don't
radio
think he
guys.
cares.
And whatever. They know a
I'm
lot
sure
about
they
the
do a
Eagles.
Fantastic job.
And they do. And they absolutely shit on me every time they see me because they're like, oh, the Phillies stink. And they shit on me.
Usually right.
They shit. No, they're usually wrong.
I mean, this year they've been pretty much wrong.
I
all
mean,
year.
I would love to see their reaction because
Well, I mean,
the
John Barsh is
Phillies-
a Cubs fan.
Well, you
the
know what's
Phillies are
gonna
the
happen.
second hottest team in baseball
Yeah, but-
since the beginning of the month of June.
all they're gonna do,
Second only to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
all they're gonna do is tell you the same thing they've been telling you all year. The collapse is coming.
Yeah, but it's not this year.
But that's
You're-
all they're.
you're-
That's gonna be their reaction. So I don't even know why you're so.
But
worked
the
up about
reaction
it.
is dumb. And I'm not just talking about them. I'm talking about this city as a whole is like not. I get
because
it.
everybody's afraid to
It's-
get into it.
But like if
It's
you
been 10
know
straight
baseball,
fucking years.
and I hate to be
of
the guy.
absolute disappointment.
I hate to be the
That's
if
crazy
you
to me,
know
honestly. It's
baseball.
so crazy.
We were 12 the last time.
Listen,
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
to be that guy. I hate to be like if you know
But you
sports.
always are that guy.
But it's true. It's true, especially with the people I associate myself with.
Do we
they-
make
they-
the playoffs this year?
Yes, they expose themselves. Taylor, you're a Marlins fan, dude.
I'm
Taylor, you
not.
don't think so?
Like have
No.
a good time with that.
What?
Based on what? Go ahead.
The Phillies?
Yeah. Why aren't they making
Oh,
the
I
playoffs?
thought that was his answer. Like,
Yeah, no,
it's the
yeah.
Phillies.
But why? But why aren't the Phillies making the playoffs?
Their
this year?
history?
Their history. They're a completely different team.
See, I think that is being right. I think it's being a little biased.
It's being
Listen,
dumb.
I'm the first one to agree with you usually and say, "Oh, Seamus is being overly optimistic." But I think when you look at this team compared to like probably the last decade, like you can tell it's a little bit different. Plus, there's an extra wild card spot.
There's an extra wild card spot. Not only that, you're getting the league MVP.
I mean, they're
back.
also a game up in the second spot right now, correct?
yeah,
Oh,
they're
pretty
they're,
much two.
crazy.
they're
Pretty much
not
two.
far back of the Braves,
But
which
what
is
if-
pretty good.
What if this is Ewing theory with Bryce Harper?
What are you talking about, dude?
You know Ewing theory?
No, I don't know
No, I don't know
Ewing
what that is.
theories.
Oh, geez.
It's a team's better without their best player.
Okay, but that is just insane, dude. And it probably is the case this year, honestly. So fuck the Phillies. I'm
Oh,
done.
thank
I'm
you.
out.
Thank
no,
you.
dude, that doesn't even make any sense.
I think it's different with
Patrick-
baseball though, right? Because like people aren't like actively like working with the other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
Yeah.
little different with baseball.
Not,
Like-
as, not as much of a team sport.
Yeah.
is what you're saying. Yeah.
But dude,
Right. Like whereas in basketball, like one guy can fuck up the flow of the court
Yeah.
easily.
Hockey, same.
yeah,
thing.
like
Noah's
Harden
big
fucks up the
hockey guy,
flow
yeah.
because he's fat. But I'm just saying, for the Phillies though, in all seriousness, like I'm not even trying to be like, oh, Taylor makes fun of me because I'm like I'm a brown noser for the organization, as if they pay me. I am not the Dave Spadaro of the Phillies, Taylor. I am an objective guy.
Clearly.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
a rational guy.
Taylor, I'm very rational.
I am.
very objective. I
don't know
what you're talking
about. not doing Stop too hot.
me.
Trump looks great, by the way.
Mar-a-Lago looks great.
Yeah. Mar-a-Lago
The
looks
Trump
pretty good.
stock is sinking.
No, it's soaring.
And that was political talk.
Yeah, we got.
And that's the Stars and Grapes pod for you, everybody.
Oh yeah, me and Bits
Coming
had like
soon,
a
coming
phenomenal conversation, by the way, 2 nights ago about like 9/11. It was
no, we literally did. We
No,
literally-
no, I was
we
gonna
did.
leave.
We agreed.
How long was it?
No, it was long. I mean, like we responded in paragraphs, if you can imagine, Noah.
Cut
no,
that,
yeah,
cut that,
no, it
cut
doesn't
that.
like this.
We responded in paragraphs.
Get me out. Yeah.
Nah, but back to the Phillies. Hard transition back from the Phillies.
Speaking of
from
a bigger
9/11,
disaster.
Nick Castellanos is hot. He really is.
He is.
And-
He's
and-
a sexy
and
man.
Speaking
yeah.
of 9/11, can't wait for the Eagles season 1 opener.
Yeah. By the way, Barchard has an emoji of an airplane and in his name, and it says Eagles, whatever, whoever the hell they're playing.
From this podcast.
Whoever they're playing, who are they playing? The Lions.
Detroit
Lions.
Lions.
That's a bizarre opening week matchup, anyway. But whatever.
It's
So
an easy
it's
win.
I don't care.
Hard Knocks.
So it's Philadelphia
I've been watching.
Lions, and it says 9/11, and he put the plane in there. Why? Why
That's
did he?
we're flying there.
Oh, okay. That,
Wait,
that
you
makes
didn't
it
know
all,
that the whole
makes it all
time?
better. That makes it better. I had a feeling that's why.
You just mentioned Hard Knocks. I'm watching that right now solely because I'm interested in Dan Campbell.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, I want to see Dan.
Hard
Campbell freak
Knocks
the
has
fuck
been
out.
really bad for like a decade.
You
but-
guys can.
No,
Oh, I
the
loved it
Raiders
last year.
The,
No,
the
no.
Raiders one was
No,
excellent.
last
I
year
hate
the in-season one
Oh, the Colts.
was
Yes.
phenomenal.
Okay, the Cowboys one stunk last year.
I didn't watch the
Preseason-
Cowboys.
Yeah,
one.
that sucked.
I've never watched any of the pre. No, I watched the Raiders preseason.
Imagine
one.
an Eagles fan thinking a Cowboys thing would suck.
I just no. Well, it just wasn't entertaining. Like nothing really happened.
But I'm gonna be
I mean,
honest.
they have a
the Colts
franchise
one,
QB, and we don't.
The Colts one was phenomenal, just because you got to watch Carson Wentz slowly decline and watch everyone like slowly not trust.
By
him,
the
and
way,
it was
I
just
think Carson
phenomenal.
Wentz is going to have a career year this year.
Oh my god.
No, he's not doing good in training camp.
no,
I know.
very bad.
Horrific.
The game is played within the margins
can't-
of the.
Listen,
Seamus, he can't hit his marks when there's no defenders.
I'm joking.
We're on
I'm
the
not
rec-
a Carson
we're on
Wentz.
the
No,
fan.
no, no, I know. I just want to lay this all out there.
I am rooting for the Jets.
we
though.
are on the record saying that practice isn't
We know
everything, but
why.
I will say
New
that
York.
Carson
Sauce.
is not leaving.
Sauce.
I love the sauce.
Carson,
We should have got the sauce. The sauce would have looked great. In
Could you
say-
clip
just
the?
say
Can you,
sauce.
the
can you
sauce?
clip the I love
would've
the
looked-
sauce.
the
Can you
sau-
clip I love the sauce, please?
The sauce would have looked great in Eagles pinstripes. Is what he would have.
What?
Or Kelly Green, whatever the
Pinstripes.
hell they wear. Who cares?
Not Kelly Green either.
By the way, I've never seen somebody so unhinged about football helmets in my entire life as the people in our group chat. It is bizarre. It's like, oh my god, these football helmets are so bad. Shut the fuck up.
You
dude.
know, everybody.
just add Dan McDuckett
Yeah,
right
and,
now.
and Mike.
Just
No,
tell
those two guys are the most unhinged people when it comes to the most idiotic, meaningless things.
Is that the guy that kicks me out of all the group chats?
Yeah.
Yes, he's
That is
he
Dan.
is the Hitler of group chats.
Oh my god.
He is.
No.
He is.
We're gonna get rid of that.
Why? Why? He's a bad person when it comes to group chats. He wants to control
We-
everything.
No one. Seamus's views are his own.
How is that like a bad thing? I'm saying that that's bad to be like that.
Anyway, caring about
Moving
football,
on.
making comments about football helmets is not unhinged.
It's unhinged.
How?
It's totally unhinged.
I comment on uniforms all the time.
Dude, the way that they say it, it's like, this football helmet is fucking terrible. I can't believe they would do this.
Yeah,
And
'cause
you-
some of
did
them
you-
are
I don't know
ugly.
if you. I don't know if you realize that 5 minutes later they completely switched their opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, unhinged.
Oh, it's not
I
so
mean,
bad.
that is unhinged.
So I mean, he could have a point here.
They're unhinged.
I don't know. I think.
I think we need a psychological evaluation on Dan McGuffey,
Oh, God.
and Vince is going to do it.
I have a psych degree.
Oh well, there
Noah,
we go.
Can you perform one of these tests?
What?
Don't they?
I can perform that. I can do like a Ouija board thing.
Ooh, I like that. I like the Ouija board.
We did that in the funeral home.
Ooh,
Oh, that'd be
ooh,
kinda
in a
sick,
funeral?
actually.
That's fucking.
Oh, that's
I would.
frightening.
I would.
Terrifying.
I would run.
Absolutely.
That's
Vince would shit
frightening.
his pants.
Did you ever see a ghost in
Absolutely.
the funeral home?
Yes.
You have? Like, in all seriousness?
Yes.
What did it look like? Did it look like Casper, or was it like...
No. It's like it's just like a figure. You just see it, and it's almost like you see it, but you also like feel like that's a human being.
Did
like,
it
that's
bother you,
somebody.
or... Yeah.
Well, who I saw it was my grandfather.
So he didn't bother you?
No, he didn't. He didn't bother
Like, did
me.
he, like, annoy you? Or, like, I don't know how this works. Did he,
No,
like, give you
no,
a hug?
So like no, I saw him and I could just feel like that it was him.
Were you freaked out at all, or were you, like, kind of, like, content with it?
He said, "All right, bet."
I feel like I was definitely more content. Well, it's kind of a deeper story than that, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to, like, do that to you. You know, I don't want to...
It's absolutely disrespecting my grandfather.
Yeah, I don't want to, like...
James, we're
disrespect-
going
Seamus,
outside.
Seamus, do you have any ghost stories?
I don't-
You ever have any encounters with ghosts?
Oh,
No, I've
his
never-
dead cat.
No, I thought I saw the dead cat reappear. I did. I thought I saw a shadow of the dead cat, but it was actually my current.
I'm in a
cat.
weird spot.
It was alive.
I'm in a weird spot with ghosts because I'm not like religious or anything, so I don't know how that like would matter in the whole like conversation about ghosts and shit. And I honestly am not into all that, but Noah will know what I'm talking about here. The mansion at Ron and Vree, the Knowlton
You worked there,
mansion. I
didn't you,
worked
today?
there. And for the
That's
people
the
that,
worst like intersection.
for the people that it is. For the people, well, actually, it's not that bad.
it's bad.
Ronald
any-
Reagan.
Fuck, during the
any-
school year, you see
any-
a bunch of blue
Well,
shirts.
let's
Father
spit it
Judge.
out.
Why do you gotta cut? Why,
Jesus.
why do you gotta
The
cut me
Father
off?
Judge uniforms are terrible.
Why do you gotta cut me off?
All right,
Christ.
continue.
I was just gonna say that anyone that doesn't know, this is like a mansion that was built in like the late 1700s, and then they added on like a ball. They added on like a ballroom and shit, so it was newer.
That's even
And
worse.
it was me and one other dude I would
That's what
work
makes it
with.
such a bad intersection.
We were like the setup guys. We'd go
ballroom.
in and set up for these weddings,
Mm.
and sometimes we'd have to close the place up at night.
Ooh.
And anytime I would walk up into like the original parts of the mansion, it would be all the stereotypical, like you'd hear footsteps, you'd hear whispering in the bedrooms, you'd feel eyes on you.
Whispering in the bedrooms.
Yeah.
That intrigues me.
And I think the scaredest I've ever been was I was walking down one hallway.
That's the title track of Noah's next album.
whispering in the
I was walking down a hallway, and at the other end of the dark hallway, like I heard someone like running. Like I heard running.
Vince turns around and the brain.
I don't
girls
want
are
to talk. I don't want to talk about this.
That
right
was
now.
like
Are you freaked out?
yeah.
that's the only
oh,
experience I've ever
I'm
had
not a
with
big.
ghosts.
I'm
I
not
have
a big
more
fan.
stories for you,
No,
James,
please
if
don't.
you
I'm
need
not
to
a big
hear
fan
them.
of the ghost. I'm not a big fan of that topic, dude. I'm really not. Like I couldn't even watch the Flyers
Wait.
because we had the ghost.
Holy shit!
I just couldn't watch him because they
The Gostosphere.
fucking sucked.
Oh, he was terrible, wasn't he? He got
He was
so
so- he
over.
was so
good now,
at
kind
got
of.
so overhyped
Yeah.
though, right? Like, I mean, like he was
Nah, I don't-
expected to be better,
I
wasn't
don't
he?
think he was overhyped. I think when he first came in, he was like a complete like game changer. He was so good.
He
Because I
was,
had a
yeah.
ghost jersey.
He was.
I actually currently have one. Yeah.
I would have got one too. Honestly, like, he
Yeah.
was good for what like 3-4 years. 1 year he was like almost a Norris Trophy candidate.
Mhm.
I have no idea what the hell that is, but, but I
It's like
assume it's
best
good.
defenseman.
All right.
So like yeah, he was very fucking good. And then
Dropped off. He got
Yeah.
a beer named after him and everything.
Now,
can
by
tell
the
you,
way,
The Ghost Bear.
since this is a sports podcast, Noah is very well versed on the Flyers, right? Like you're a big Flyers fan, right?
sort of honestly like
Not anymore.
Well, now nobody is.
I feel like I just have zero clue what's going on in the world right now. But I would say yeah, the Flyers. The Flyers are like what I played hockey.
Who's your favorite Flyer of all time?
My favorite Flyer.
That could be like a
Danny,
go-
Danny Briere.
Oh, Danny, you like the
Oh
Briere?
yes.
Danny Briere. I
I
actually
know I liked you for a reason.
I saw him like 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
no shit.
Where at?
So I'm like, so
Were you doing a meet and greet and he came to meet you?
no,
He was like I listen to your music, man. I fucking love
That'd be
you."
sick.
that was,
I think
no,
you'd just
I
be
actually
like,
I sang the national anthem in front of him.
oh, that's fucking awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
so it was they do like a thing called the Snyder Cup,
Mhm.
like
Oh,
every
yeah,
year,
yeah,
like a country
yeah,
club
yeah.
and stuff like that. So like I because I was I played hockey for Ed Snyder's like teams and stuff for the city, and I sang the national anthem like Lou Nolan, like the announcer there.
Oh, the
like,
PA announcer.
yeah, it was.
I love
I
Lou.
met him. It was
Ah,
like
that's
crazy.
awesome.
I met him like 5 times, and like I came up the same. He's like, "Oh, hi, no, Lou
Isn't
Nolan,
he the
nice to meet
coolest
you."
guy? I've seen interviews with him. He seems like a great guy.
He completely forgot my name, but
Oh
it's-
my God. Lou Nolan is a dick, ladies and gentlemen.
no, he's a great dude. He's a
Nah.
great-
That's pretty cool though. He's no Dan
There's-
Baker. I will say that.
I love Lou Nolan.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Still no Dan Baker though. Nobody could ever be.
Matt
as
Cord
good.
better, sadly.
By the way, Taylor, I just have to throw this in. They honored Dan Baker the other day at the Phillies game, and I sobbed. I watched the ceremony on the MLB at Bat app.
Pat, is that real?
I cried.
No, they actually did do a ceremony for him.
I
No,
cried.
did he cry?
I cried.
I wasn't with
What
him.
am I gonna do?
I don't know.
What do you think I do? Everything with him? I was watching it with my
I
dad.
think that's something you would tell Pat. Yes.
No, I'm too embarrassed,
You did
but
text that in the group.
I'm too
chat.
embarrassed
I
to tell
cried.
Pat, so I'm telling all of the people that listen to this
Yeah.
podcast.
dude. I cried, and he gave his speech in full character. He was like, "Ladies and gentlemen," like all that, the whole nine.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Junior.
Honestly, Seamus would like send me random voice memos of him doing this
Oh, I
voice.
always
like,
I'm glad
saying-
you're not the only one.
saying like just saying my name. I'm like, who
Wait,
the
this-
fuck?
Noah
Because he said it to you.
Richardson.
I'm like, who the fuck?
I've
is
never
this?
sent
Until
one to Taylor.
Last night, I'm like at the Phillies game. I'm like hearing this. I'm
It's
like,
Seamus.
holy shit! Like this is the
I
guy.
was like,
he's
holy shit, is
impersonating
that
this whole
Seamus?
Wait,
time.
wait, you never knew what he was referencing? before?
Absolutely never this whole time.
Yeah.
I just thought I was like 2 a.m. getting random voice memos like Seamus thinking about me. And
Yes.
it's like,
I always think about it.
Now I'm cracking up, imagining Noah looking around like, is that Shane?
I was just like,
That's awesome.
Where did
I
Seamus
love that.
find this guy?
I love that. I do a good Noah Richardson.
You mean Dan Baker?
Noah Richardson.
No.
You
He
gotta-
always puts the S.
Junior.
I'm gonna miss him saying Odubel Herrera. He did say it nice. He did say it good.
That was
'Cause he
the only
was
reason
like-
Seamus liked it.
He was always like number 37 center fielder Odubel Herrera. It was like
I like when he
fun.
would like kind of mess it up. He'd be like, "Hadada,
Hadada,
hadada."
hadada.
Wait, no. So how do you think his Dan Baker is now that you know the source?
I'm not looking at him.
It's a little over the top. I would
How's it
say.
over the
It's a little
top?
over the top.
Fair.
It's a little over the top.
Whoa.
It's
No.
then again, it could have been
You're wrong, Noah.
Listen, I'm just judging off of what I heard last night.
This is an
My
expert of
first,
voices right here.
I know, but like he's.
Yeah.
Can you let him speak, dude?
Okay.
Now go ahead.
So, yeah,
just great.
it's solid. Like it's solid. You got the S down for
Yeah,
sure.
the
I
S.
noticed the
It's
S
the most
last
important
night.
part. But you got to keep in mind, he's not the same as he was 10 years ago. He's not prime Dan Baker.
Completely agree. I
You know what I mean? I got the prime. I got the
Couldn't
prime
agree more.
Dan Baker
couldn't
down.
agree more.
I got the prime Dan Baker down.
Now he's like dying.
Yeah, I mean, he literally
For fuck's sake,
probably
guys.
is.
No. It's a way to get Sheamus to cry.
No, I mean, like he's
Well,
not.
we've
doing
always said
well.
that once Dan Baker does die, they could just slide Sheamus in, and no one really knows he's
Yeah.
gone.
I'm certainly
have to
going to
tell people.
audition, and I might talk to you about it, like because I'm going to get nervous about being auditioning. I want you to say, "Oh, you're going to do great, James," like because you don't.
Well, he just told you yours isn't that good.
because you,
No, well, that's
I'm
a
kidding,
nice
I'm kidding.
constructive critique. He's not
Yeah.
bad.
well, listen.
I said, listen, you have the S down. The building blocks are there for something.
All right.
Something special to
All right,
happen.
thanks.
I feel like we.
I
I
appreciate
feel like I
that.
want to bring up a random off the rails topic. So I was just scrolling Twitter, and
Not
Oddshark,
paying attention.
Oddshark just. Well, I'm always looking.
Did
for things-
another Italian
I'm
actor
always
die?
looking for things that. No. This is
Oh,
this is funny.
They're all dying.
Oddshark tweeted out a list of the Kim Kardashian next boyfriend odds, and Donald Trump is sitting at plus 20,000. That's phenomenal odds
put-
for,
my Jesus
for the
Christ.
Don.
Well, by the way,
for some reason,
Noah Richardson
she's
minus
a
150.
Trump fan.
for some reason, Van Jones is the favorite.
That's bizarre. I mean, that is
Van
totally
Jones is
bizarre.
plus 800 to be.
Well,
Kim
Van
Kardashian's
Jones
next
is the
boyfriend.
famous CNN guy. He said we witnessed a white lash after Donald Trump was elected, and that went viral. And now he's famous. But yeah, I mean,
I think he was famous before that.
to CNN people.
Did she break up with Pete?
Yeah, they're
Oh
broken
yeah,
up.
you didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah,
Listen,
Kanye
it
West.
was right after
Kanye
he
posted,
got.
"Rest in peace, Skeet."
I nearly
It was-
crashed my car. I pulled over. I was like,
I
you gotta be
broke down in
fucking-
tears. Johnny
kidding
Depp.
me.
Johnny Depp also sitting at good odds at plus 10,000.
I could
people.
see-
I'm here for
see
that.
Oh, I could see that.
I could totally see that.
Also, don't sleep on Drake at 3,000.
I don't
Okay.
think. I don't
He's
think
not.
Drake's
Drake's
interested.
way too much of a pussy.
He's not interested.
Drake is way
Well,
too much.
I-
of a pussy.
Never mind. Drake and Kanye did make up recently.
He-
I-
he's
or
not
otherwise,
interested.
otherwise, I would have said that would be a possibility.
Well, what if
out
that's
of
the only
pet-
person
pet-
Kanye approves?
Where's
of? You never know.
Springsteen at on this?
Jamie
list?
Foxx.
Shut the fuck up.
I could see Bruce, cheating on his wife with Kim Kardashian.
Harry Styles, who has a girlfriend, is at 2,000.
Harry
Plus 2,000.
Styles.
Harry Styles already dates a beautiful woman
Yeah,
Who he
she's like
stole from
67 years
Olivia
old.
Wilde.
who he stole from Jason
By the way,
Sudeikis,
we would speaking of ghosts, we would be remiss to mention rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
That's very
absolutely.
true. Yeah.
She was phenomenal.
Sandy.
Physical is her best word. Let's get
Grease
physical.
Grease is quite.
Grease is
easily her best
phenomenal, but
work.
John Travolta is an alien. I think like he's not like an actual
Ooh.
person.
while we're talking about music, I'm like extreme.
wait, hold on.
He looks
go
like a complete insane person. Have you seen him within the last 5
Yes.
years? He looks
He's
bizarre.
old.
He's old.
Looks
dude.
old as
bizarre.
shit.
Looks bizarre.
All old people look bizarre.
Yeah, but he's a Scientologist.
what happens. Well,
that makes
yeah,
it
he
even
is.
worse.
No, he
He
is.
believes in like flying underpants.
Yeah,
and
so
shit.
well,
He's
that's all.
very
That's all
bizarre.
some money laundering scheme.
Yeah.
While we're talking, about, I'm extremely excited that later this month
Captain
I'm going
Underpants.
to New York to see Harry Styles. Actually, going to MSG.
Oh yeah, actually,
I got me and my girlfriend tickets. We're going up for the weekend. I'm actually really excited for
those
that.
tickets
I
were
like Harry
probably
Styles.
like $1 million.
No, dude, they weren't like
weren't
so.
bad?
So he's doing like I don't know how
It's
exactly
like
how
a
many. It's like
14-day
it's like a
homestand
yeah, it's
or
like a
whatever.
it's like a
Oh really?
10 show stead
Yeah.
in Madison Square Garden.
Fuck yeah, you
And,
guys are talking about that.
I was looking through all the shows to see which I could find the cheapest tickets to, and it was like $90 like before
It's not
fees.
bad.
That's really not bad.
I got 2 tickets for like $220.
That's nice.
Not gonna
Tickets to
complain about that.
Paradise, baby.
That's solid.
I'm excited. I actually like her. I'm very happy that my girlfriend isn't into some musician that I like hate because I actually like Harry Styles.
Like she's a Kid
Oh, he's
Rock fan.
phenomenal.
That would be horrible for you. If she was like, "Let's go to the Kid Rock show."
I just want to hear a picture.
God
of
bless
me.
Saturday, man.
It was not.
Did you guys ever come across the song that Kid Rock had on the Osmosis Jones soundtrack where he said,
What the hell is Osmosis
Hold on,
Jones?
Dude, you
don't
just
know-
unlocked
oh
like an
my God.
we gotta
ancient
find
memory.
we gotta
serious?
find the lyrics.
No, who's Osmosis
You don't-
Jones?
Osmosis.
Chris
Was
Rock?
it Chris Rock?
Yeah, Chris Rock.
I know who Chris Rock is.
Here we go.
No.
So-
he doesn't-
Wait,
he
wasn't
doesn't
Bill
even
Murray
know.
in that as well? Like
I
he
know
was
who
in
that is.
Bill
Murray's
Bill
body.
Murray.
you know,
Bill Murray.
you know,
yeah.
Bill Murray dabbles in the music.
Wait.
right? He
I
has,
actually have no
So
idea about
he
that.
has a Van Morrison cover album, It's
Yeah.
very bizarre, but it's good.
Wait, so Kid
Why do I
Rock,
feel like I
Kid
kinda
Rock
do?
had a
I
song.
swear to God.
Kid Rock had a song on the Osmosis Jones soundtrack.
Osmosis
And
Jones.
Some of the lyrics in this song go as follows: young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory.
Please cut that.
Whoops.
I mean, clip it and make that the open.
Please just get
How-
rid
No
of that.
How-
context of it.
How
Jesus
in the
Christ.
fuck did that like fall through like whoever was in charge of over? That was a kids movie.
And
Well,
a
I think that was
label
the
approved
point.
that.
I think that was the point of the song because they were trying to infect kids.
Infect them.
They didn't think
But
that maybe
that
we should.
is that is bad.
And
man.
I-
Too suggestive.
It's so funny that we came across this because like literally it was today that I saw a TikTok where they brought that up and I was like, I forgot about that. And
You
it's a
knew
real
about
so-
that.
well,
And you didn't condemn
I
it.
had heard that controversy.
You should have condemned that immediately.
fuck you.
How did you not?
Obviously.
How would you not like blacklist Osmosis Jones?
Yeah,
dude?
Osmosis
Well,
Jones
it's not-
is a no go.
It's not like
for
people
me.
care these days. Like
Singing our
look at Pete
national
Rose.
anthem, Osmosis Jones.
So no, as you can tell, we like to get off the rails here from the Nosebleeds.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll condemn Kid Rock.
I don't
now.
know what's going on right now.
I like Kid Rock.
I'm
I mean,
all
I don't like
sweaty.
his politics, but I think we can all agree All Summer Long is a good song.
All summer long.
and
is a
and
great
God
song.
bless.
But by the
Saturday.
way, he does have a creepy line. She was 17. She was far from in between. Looking back, that's weird because he's like
Well,
40.
when you read those lyrics
50.
on Osmosis Jones,
Well,
well, he's talking about himself in 1989.
that's like what the fuck is it? The like Cannibal Corpse song or whatever. Like
Oh,
I
Man, it
Come
was like-
Blood.
I have like a
I
I have a gun in my attic and like a
Oh,
dead
oh,
baby
yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
and it was like
Ooh.
he got arrested for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were like,
His name's just like
How
there's
do we not
bodies.
know?
He's only been saying for years that he
Yeah.
has millions of
We've
fucking
been trying
dead
to tell
people.
you guys.
That's why I always wonder why like people come at like older people are always like rap isn't real music. Why is no one saying that about Cannibal Corpse?
Because nobody really. It's
Well,
not
Cannibal
mainstream
Corpse
enough.
is good music.
Well, it's because they're white.
Whoa.
Well,
Uh,
that's a huge
for
That was
accusation.
uncalled for.
For older people, that's exactly what
Taylor,
it is.
No,
Vince is
no.
calling you
show,
racist.
Yeah, show me the old white person that's like, I like Cannibal Corpse, not rap.
Well, no, but like they also don't listen to rap either.
It's like my grandpa was a big Cannibal Corpse guy.
They have a song called "I Come Blood."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Good
sick.
for them.
I'm pretty sure one of the lines says something like
That's like the heavy metal version of like mumble rap.
I'm pretty sure he said like I pissed in her maggot-filled asshole or
Yes,
something like
he
that.
That's
That
bizarre.
one stuck with me. That one stuck with me.
I feel
Filled
like I'm on an
asshole.
episode of like Silent Library, and like I just have to not make any reaction to anything.
That line stuck with me.
Like that sounds like
Been there.
Wow.
No,
Like,
actually
can you
has. He lived in a funeral home.
like dude, think about like coming up with that lyric. Like maggot filled asshole. Like that's like some
I think the first 15 minutes of this podcast is like
We're
is
great.
solid.
Yeah.
we're good with that.
like, Noah's gonna pay off the producer to just get rid of the second half. But maggot filled asshole.
See,
is a
Noah,
bizarre
no,
thing.
like Noah goes home into his room and he writes beautiful songs, and the lead singer of Cannibal Corpse gets home, goes to his room, and writes "I pissed in her maggot-filled
Well, I
ass."
mean,
like-
that's what he's looking at. In
A
his
question
room.
though, like, do you think he like daintifully writes this like calligraphy writing like on a piece of loose leaf, or is he like a fucking crayon?
I think it's
I
it's
think
the
he's
latter.
doing that, and
I
he's
think he's
eating,
definitely doing
eating
that.
that crayon.
And he's eating babies probably too. The whole thing
Pizzagate.
is very concerning.
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate, babies, dead people. That's
I-
pretty much what's
Listen,
going on.
I'm not one to shit on like other people's music opinions, but I don't get how
Yes,
people
you are.
listen. I don't understand how people listen to that kind of music. Like
I
don't-
love it.
You like?
Do you
like
actually?
Yes.
hardcore streamo
You're a
music?
Cannibal
Yes.
Corpse guy.
Well, not them necessarily, but that genre. Yeah.
Actually, can we
I can
confirm that it
see-
was them who said that? I don't
Yes.
know if
Yeah,
it was
it was.
exactly them
Yes.
who did it.
No, it
yes.
was.
Yes.
Okay,
It was
Yeah.
them on
I get-
I Come Blood.
I got you. But
So
music is subjective, right? And I feel like almost like you'll listen to a song like it once, and you'll be like, oh, you know, I didn't really like that. But I've kind of learned like maybe it's not your time.
not
the
for me.
song yet.
exactly
No, like you down the line, you'll experience something.
where I want to piss in someone's maggot filled asshole.
I also feel like there's just a lot of music that isn't made for you. Like for example,
But
a big
I
like
understand. Yeah.
a big like point of contention in I'll use rap because I'm a rap guy. An example is like female rappers. A lot of guys that I know are just men in general that
Yeah.
say like, oh, I just can't listen to like Megan Thee Stallion. All she raps about is this, that, and that. It's like, yeah,
it
I
doesn't
get it,
relate
but like
to
it's
you,
not
though.
for
Yeah,
you.
It's not
Like
yeah.
at that, I get that like music can be criticized by everybody, but like
Mhm.
at some point you have to understand like Megan Thee Stallion isn't rapping about like fucking men and shaking her ass like for
Yeah.
you as a dude to relate to it.
Mhm.
And not for nothing, I'm in the camp of like I don't have to like music to relate to it, or like I don't have to relate to music to like it. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, I
like
agree
for
with
example, I love listening to like conscious hip hop. Do I have anything in common with like what Kendrick Lamar is
No,
rapping about?
no, not at all.
Absolutely
Not at
not.
all.
but I can still appreciate it like for what
Right.
it is. And like at the end of the day, like fucking female rappers make bangers. I don't care what they're
Actually,
rapping
did.
about.
I was
like,
on like a Nicki Minaj tangent yesterday.
Yeah, like-
actually.
but that's a big like thing.
So
where
do you think
people
she was
they have
actually
to relate.
possessed by a demon named Roman, or was that all like
What?
made up? That was like her whole thing.
What
I can't
what
believe you just
Facebook
pulled
thread?
that
are
out.
you-
No, like
I'm
that's
actually
like
surprised
most,
you know that
most
reference.
most of her music in a certain era, she would reference Roman.
Yeah, Roman's revenge.
I think
I'm
it-
surprised
I
you
mean-
know that.
I know a lot about Nicki Minaj.
I think he's a fan.
Are you a
I
Nicki
do
fan?
like Nicki Minaj. I do.
for other reasons.
No, I mean
not
I don't
her music.
I don't find her all that alluring, but I think her music is good. Like
I have
I find like
is just such a
Megan
weird-
Thee
it's such a
Stallion
bizarre-
alluring.
Did anyone see that Dwayne the Rock Johnson clip where
Oh my God,
him
that
and
was
Kevin
so
Hart were
funny.
being interviewed, and I forget what the question exactly
Holy
was.
shit! I watched like a little
If
bit.
you could
of
be
it,
if you could be somebody's pet,
He said without hesitation Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, I totally agree
he
with
said
that.
Megan Thee Stallion's dog.
And Kevin Rock went in Kevin Rock.
Kevin
Imagine,
Rock.
imagine Kevin Rock and the Heart combining it. Kevin Rock and the Heart. I just said.
Oh
I
my
can't
God,
speak.
Kevin Rock.
Kevin Hart and the Rock.
I feel like we're on like a classic rock station. Coming up next on 102.9 MGK, Kevin Rock and the Heart, all with the hits from the 80s.
I mean, listen.
Andre Gardner.
Being Megan Thee
Andre
Stallion,
Gardner.
being Megan Thee Stallion's pet doesn't sound like the worst thing. in the
No,
world.
my God, that sounds amazing. I love
I
that.
don't like how excited you just got there.
before
I love her.
before the show is over, I have a critique for Noah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
have you looked yourself up on YouTube?
I have not. There's a Rubik's Cube guy.
I was going to say you're getting your ass kicked. By
Oh,
this
dude,
Rubik's Cube guy on YouTube.
I emailed him. I emailed him.
Now, what's going on with the Rubik's Cube?
Uh,
Dude, I've known about this man for years.
he's
Why?
got he's
We
got
need
millions.
context.
He's got millions of views on his Rubik's Cube tutorials.
He's fucking crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Oh
what,
my God, I'm
what
looking it up
happened?
right now.
What does it
He's
have
insane.
anything to do with Noah?
his
But when you Google,
channels
yeah, when you
is Noah Richardson.
so when you YouTube that name, this Rubik's Cube guy is popping
Oh
up.
no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey,
so-
I just YouTube Noah Richardson, and I don't know if I guess maybe it's a little
It's
bit of my
because you,
algorithm.
you have.
He was the Rubik's Cube guy was the first thing to pop up when you scroll down 2 videos. Sunday Scaries is right there.
Imagine.
Oh
being
no,
a
yeah,
Rubik's
yeah.
Cube guy.
He's on the same page.
I'm
but still,
on the
yeah.
continent. I'm there.
Yeah.
But it's just.
I mean,
This
guy's-
the Rubik's Cube.
the-
is
how many
popping.
times? How many
Yeah.
times can you solve the Rubik's Cube?
Dude, he's
I
doing
know.
he's
You
doing the
gotta teach
pyramid.
people.
He's
Oh,
doing
he's got the.
he's doing the
fuck me,
pyramid
dude.
Rubik's Cube. I
I'm in
mean,
the wrong.
he's
Yeah,
moving
page.
up
change your
there.
name. Yeah, completely
Well,
new brand.
he also hasn't been
Just go as Bob Dylan.
he hasn't been
Nobody has
online.
ever done that.
He hasn't uploaded in over a year, so it's not. This is like
Oh, this is your
if there's
time to
ever been a
strike.
time for you to strike while the iron's hot, like take that Noah Richardson name now.
Yeah,
No,
take
bro,
it now.
I
Patent it.
I emailed him. I was like, "Yo, jerk off." Get this. Nah, he's a really nice dude. Actually, like I like emailed him. Was like, "Yeah, that's what I like to say your name. Whatever. If you ever want to like use some of my music and stuff too for like a video,
Oh, that's pretty
like,
cool.
yeah,
It's a great
definitely.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
I
That's
love
one
that.
way. Yeah, that's one way to get in there.
See,
Yeah.
this is why Noah's he's a great person. Not only a great musician, but a great person, and we love him.
and proactive.
And we're
He was
very-
already-
and
he
we're
was
very-
already on top of it.
An
No, in all
entrepreneur, my
seriousness,
friend.
In
Yeah.
all seriousness, we're all very proud of you.
Yeah,
we really are.
100%.
We love
Thank
you.
you, Seamus.
And
I appreciate
you're
that.
very talented, and I
Thank
think
you.
you're going to go places
Thank you very much.
So I-
for
yeah.
what that's worth.
I guess we'll get some
Thank you,
final
guys.
thoughts out there. Anything like we want to say to Noah before we get out of here? Just
Is he dying?
from no, I was just saying like
well,
before we all
was-
get
I
out of
was
here.
in the cast.
you got a bad diagnosis there, Noah.
Dead to me.
All I have to say is Noah. Like I said, I've known you for a long time. Like he said, we're proud of you that you've
Just
come
kiss
all
him
this
already.
way, and you make. It's honestly nice to be able to tell people your friend makes great music
Yeah,
and
it's pretty
not be
cool.
fabricating. Because how many you always want to support
So
your
many.
I would always support my
SoundCloud, yeah.
friends no matter what,
Mm.
but it's nice that I can actually tell the truth.
Like OG
about
Trap
your music.
Ping.
I appreciate that.
You know, everyone make sure on August 26th you go listen to Dead to Me. And if this is your first time ever hearing of Noah, go look up his SoundCloud, his YouTube, his Spotify, Apple Music. There's a bunch of great songs already there.
We'll put links in the
Yeah,
bio of the
we will
podcast
we will for
and
sure plug
on
all
our
that.
YouTube.
And by
So,
the
yeah.
way, I'll try to get my Phillies, like, because I do have some Phillies connections. Not to toot my own horn,
Mm.
but I'll try to get one of these
Jimmy
guys.
Salisbury.
Yeah, he's
And
a
then-
legend. And by the way, Team Salisbury over Nick Castellanos all day.
And then
calm
Noah,
down
if
there,
there's
bud.
if there's anything you want to say in signing off, anyone you want to shout out, now's the time.
Hold on.
Anything you want to plug?
I want to try to do something
Oh,
with this.
Okay.
I want to try to use my Philadelphia sports media connections that I worked so hard to achieve and attain to get one of the Phillies players eventually to use one of your songs as their walk-up song.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would actually
I
be
feel like I
crazy
could
as
do
hell.
it because in all seriousness,
time.
and I know I shit all over him, but I feel like Reese Hoskins would be like the perfect guy
Or
to do it.
even one of the younger guys.
Because he's like a nice guy, right? And he's not good at baseball, but he's a nice guy. And I feel like if I reached out to Reese, I got to use a different name because I've just fucking
you-
destroy him all the time. But I feel
Maybe
like
convince that.
somebody like that, like a
But you're
Reese,
Reese's wife.
a Reese, or maybe like a Brandon Marsh because he's new.
Well, I was gonna say maybe even.
Wouldn't that be
Bohm
cool,
or-
though? Like, I
Bohm
was
or
thinking
Stott
that.
That would actually be.
Maton.
Or Bohm or Stott, or like one of the daycare kids.
Maton.
Maton, yeah.
Like I know I
Maton.
put this on my story yesterday too. It was like as a joke, but honestly, how the gears were turning. Like in an entrepreneurial standpoint, if I really wanted to like promote this album, and because I don't give a fuck, like I would just stream the album on my chest and just run on the field.
Yeah.
Yes!
Something
Yeah.
nuts.
I think you
just so
should do
like
that.
people fucking like are like, what the fuck?
I think that's a great
Allegedly.
idea.
Who's this stream Noah Richardson kid?
Yeah.
No, that's a great idea, man. That is a phenomenal idea. Because guess what? If you get banned from Citizens Bank Park, who cares?
Well, I'll probably just do it at, like the Union game. Like,
Well, yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey,
Careful,
hey,
don't do that.
Union,
Vince,
you don't
Union's
wanna-
popping.
I heard they're
Union's
a lot of
popping.
There's a lot of
actually,
people
yeah.
there.
Vince might beat the fuck out of you.
Don't disrespect the sanctity of the game.
But all the Sons of Ben members
Subaru
will know
Park
who
is
Noah
his
is.
home.
Yeah, exactly.
How about that?
So, like I said,
or go to
no-
like an Orioles game or something.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Who cares?
exactly.
You get banned from Camden Yards.
So
who gives a
nobody's
shit?
watching.
Hey, the Orioles are one game behind the
Camden
playoff spot
Yards
right
been
now,
popping,
asshole.
low key.
Yeah, the Orioles are going to make the playoffs this year, I think,
But
which is going to be crazy.
I had two final thoughts too. I just wanted to
Yeah.
say, listening to the album, phenomenal production value. I saw Tyler Ripley was the producer,
Our
correct?
producer, yes.
He-
Fantastic.
Tyler
fantastic
Ripley.
job.
Absolutely amazing.
The production was incredible.
it
Absolutely
is. It
amazing.
And
always is.
Also, at some point, I need to introduce you to my dad because he's a musician too, and you would love him. He would
He's a
love you.
Absolutely.
phenomenal
I
musician.
would love to. Yeah, I would love to. Absolutely.
So, like I was saying
Thank you, guys.
a minute ago, just in closing, if you want to say anything to anybody, any shout outs you want to give, anything you want to plug, now's your time to do that real quick.
Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. Taylor, it was wonderful to meet you. Again, you're a beautiful human being. Vince, great to see you guys. Pat, everybody, Seamus, it was great to see you guys again. Yeah, my debut album, Dead to Me, is coming out August 26th. Pre-save it. Hope you check it out. You can find me on Instagram, Spotify.
We will link
Whatever
everything
it
of
is.
his. Yeah.
But I also have my album release show if you're in the Philly area in Fishtown, September 17th. At
Ooh,
Oh,
Pat
we-
Doyle's
yeah, we're gonna
birthday.
be there.
Pat
We're gonna
Doyle's
be there.
birthday.
Oh, is it Pat's birthday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pat's
Yeah,
All right,
birthday.
so
we're trying to get
uh,
everybody to go for Pat's birthday. It's
Fuck
gonna be
yeah.
sick.
How
All right,
about
let's
that,
go.
Noah? Perfect.
September 17th, save the date, Kung Fu Necktie.
Fishtown.
Yeah.
That's,
Wait.
Be there so you can hear the song.
that's where you get your city
Wait,
lights,
wait,
By
t-
the way,
All right,
Yes.
you coming?
Kung Fu.
Are you
Neck-
coming?
Taylor,
you coming on
wait,
a
was
release
it-
show?
It's a great spot.
Taylor,
September
is there,
17th,
Taylor, is there
Saturday.
any way? Taylor, is there any way we
Taylor,
could
I better see you there.
we could talk to John and Vince and do like a little like from the Nosebleeds thing live from the show?
If we're not,
If we're
in
like, can
a-
we do
if
something?
we're not in a different state for Eagles?
Okay,
game, then
all right,
yes.
fair enough. But all right, in the future, I feel like we should do something at Noah's show, like because I feel like that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
I feel
That'd
like
be crazy.
because we could promote Noah at his own show, and like the other acts are going to be like, we don't have a podcast producing or promoting us.
It's
Well,
for everybody.
The official
That would be
podcast
sick.
of the official podcast of Noah Richardson.
So how was your debut on from your Nosebleeds debut? Was that everything you expected and more?
Oh my God, it was exhausting.
Yeah, I know. But how do you
It
think
was
we feel every
exhausting.
week? I mean, it's very
Yeah,
rough.
imagine how we feel.
It's a grind.
I have a great appreciation for
grind.
you too.
Why? Dude, I am the heart and soul.
Seamus, you were great.
All right, let's get out of
Thanks,
here.
Great.
thanks.
Taylor,
Noah, you're
thank
more
you.
than welcome to come back anytime. Like we said, go stream
Thank
the
you,
album.
gentlemen. I
We're gonna
appreciate
link
it so
all
much.
his
No, we
socials.
love you.
Go check it out.
Love
Peace
you
out.
guys.
And we're very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Nobody does it better.